What's up, everybody? I'm Duncan Deep. Welcome back to my VGC laddering series. We've got a brand new ladder here, so I wanted to go old school and go back to my meme team. So I'm going to be using the team that I took to the London International Championships. This is probably the last video I'm ever going to be using this team. It has suffered as the meta has developed. I do want to carry on that same meme with a different team in the future, but this team itself, it struggles against Double Duck. It struggles against a couple of the meta staples. The whole Arcanine Celesteela core does give it some troubles. It's not the best team ever for this current meta. I still enjoy it. I still really like the team. And it was a very good meta call at the time. Really enjoyed building this team with Jamie Keane, Jamie Boyd, and Wolfie Glick. We are going to take on the ladder on this brand new ladder. As you can see, it's all reset. 1,500. Number of battles, 0. Wins, 0. Losses, 0. We are rocking out. I have practiced this new ladder and this team a bit on the new meta when I was streaming last night and today on my other 3DS. But now we're rocking out on this 3DS, on this file, on my VGC laddering series file. Let's get some different music. Let's get Aether Foundation music. We have a Japan player with a rating of 1457 and a very strange team. So Alolan Persian, Seaking, Alolan Dugtrio, Alolan Exeggutor, Lapras, and Aerodactyl for a Gen 1 team. I'm assuming Zed Memento or something on the Persian. Very odd team. Not too sure I approve of this team competitively. I should win this. I think I can just meme on the entire team with Pelipper Koko and then Pelipper Kartana with Gengar in the back to be safe. Do I want to lead Pelipper Koko or Pelipper Kartana? Pelipper Koko, I think. And then Gengar in the back. And Mudsdale does give his team a lot of trouble once Lapras and Seaking are dealt with. But I really like Kartana here. We're going to go very aggressive against this team. Hopefully we don't lose to this team. I may be underestimating it. We've got the idle pose from my opponent here. I, of course, have no pose on this file. This is a very incomplete file with no poses. Nothing really completed. And pray that we don't lose to this Gen 1 team, because that could be awful. A quick stretch beforehand. And let's do this. Pelipper and Tapu Koko. Let's go. And they're going to lead out with Lapras and Seaking. Okay, so Lapras gets Water Absorb. Seaking gets Lightning Rod. So I do actually have to be careful here about the Lightning Rod. I'm actually going to U-turn out and hard switch Koko out, because I don't actually like Koko being in against this Lightning Rod Seaking. My Kartana lead would have been much nicer. I'm going to U-turn out into the Lapras. And do I Dazzling Gleam here? Dazzling Gleam does a large chunk to both of these mons. And then it lets Kartana come in safe. I think I'm actually going to Dazzling Gleam. I think I'm going to go aggressive and go for the Dazzling Gleam for damage. Obviously, remembering that Seaking has Lightning Rod. Very important. We're going to U-turn out against Lapras and get Pelipper out of here, because Pelipper is going to be very good later with Kartana. We're going to bring Gengar in for a little bit more offensive presence that can hit the Seaking very hard with the Sludge Bomb. Especially after a Dazzling Gleam here, it should be able to knock out the Seaking, which would be great. Hit him with the Dazzle. And that's going to do a good chunk, but not as much as I expected to the Lapras. Very small amount of damage to the Lapras. We're going to see a Scald into the Tapu Koko slot. Huge amount of damage from the Seaking. It was a critical hit. And the Lapras is going to go for its Waterium Z move. Hydro Vortex, probably into the Gengar slot here. Although, actually, maybe into the Koko slot, not expecting a crit, obviously, trying to knock out the Koko, which is a threat to this team. And we are going to see the Hydro Vortex into Koko, so that's fine. Knocking out the Koko. I'm actually okay with this, because it means I get to bring in Kartana freely this turn, which is very good news for Duncan. Kartana obviously easily able to knock out either of these mons and outspeeding both of these mons. Very important. We do not see anything out of my opponent which scares Kartana right now. I am going to go for the Sludge Bombu into the Lapras slot, and the Leaf Blade into that pesky Seaking slot to knock out the Seaking at the very least, and probably do good damage, but not quite KO the Lapras. Obviously, next turn I can go for a Sacred Sword or a Leaf Blade into Lapras. I do not think I'm going to lose my Kartana to a Lapras, even if it has a Rain-boosted Hydro Pump or Surf here. I think I would be okay. So let's see what happens here. Do not lose to this team, Duncan. Do not lose to this team. Do not lose to a Gen 1 only team. That would be very embarrassing. We do not need that in our life. Okay, we're going to see Lapras switch out. That is fine. Into Exeggutor. So this Sludge Bomb is going to be even better than I thought it was. I'm very happy with that. Probably predicting the Leaf Blade into the Lapras there. But I actually went for the Sludge Bomb into that slot to do maximum damage to this Exeggutor. Going to knock out the Exeggutor in one hit. Very, very nice. Very happy with that. And the Leaf Blade into the Seaking slot to get the KO on Seaking and get me that attack boost. Strangely, though, noticed, don't always get the animation for Beast Boosts. So I got it this time, but you don't always get it these days, which is very, very weird. I think it might be a glitch, but whatever reason it is, sometimes you just don't get the animation. You still get the message, but no animation. So my opponent is down to 2 Mons here. I do expect a forfeit out of my opponent, but if they do not decide to, I am going to go for the Bloom Doom. Ooh, Aerodactyl. No, my opponent still has plays that they could make. Aerodactyl outspeeds both of my Mons. Empower Ice into Aerodactyl? That could be the play. Let's do Empower Ice into Aerodactyl. Let's just Leaf Blade the Lapras. I don't think I need a Bloom Doom. I think Leaf Blade is plenty. Aerodactyl goes for Rock Slide. My opponent praying for those flinches. It could happen. It could very, very well happen. Gengar getting the cursed body off, though, which is nice. And a Hidden Power, of course, into the Aerodactyl. Boom. Doing good 50%. Very happy with that. And Leaf Blade into the Lapras. No more Rock Slides out of Aerodactyl now. So easy to double it down and knock out this Aerodactyl here for a very quick and easy Game 1 victory. So, yeah, that's cool. I'll take it. I will take a quick, easy Game 1. Never going to complain about that. My opponent decided to give me 3 wins with this very strange Gen 1 only team. I'm not going to waste time Bloom Dooming. It's not worth the animation. Earthquake here. This will not knock out Kartana. It will take out Gengar, but it will not take out Kartana. And then Kartana will knock it out with Leaf Blade. Ending this game without ever having to send out Pelipper again after that turn 1 U-turn. So, my lead. My lead was a bit tricky there. I forgot the Seaking was a Lightning Rodder until it was out in front of me. And then I realized that Kartana Pelipper would have been the perfect lead. Especially against that Lapras matchup. Or even Kartana Koko, then protecting Koko, Leaf Blading, or Bloom Dooming into Seaking. But you don't expect to see teams like that very often. So we'll take up the win there. And then we'll move on to our next battle against our next opponent, who hopefully has a more standard team, which I do want to practice. I want to get as much VGC practice as possible. So hopefully my next opponent has a much more standard team that we can have some fun against. Hopefully we'll win. Never fun to lose. We're going to do the Elite Four music. No, League Title Defense. Let's go League Title Defense. We have Antonio with a rating of 1600. So a lot to gain in this batch. With a Smeargle. Okay, so Smeargle almost certainly Sash. We almost certainly see the Sash on the Smeargle. So we can know that that's probably Scarf Lele. But it could be Scarf Nihilego, which has given me problems in the past. Scarf Nihilego doesn't appreciate Mudsdale with the Assault Vest, though. I think Mudsdale with the Assault Vest is a very, very good lead unless he leads Kartana. But we can cover the Kartana lead with a Gengar. So we can go Gengar Mudsdale, which covers that Kartana lead possibility. Obviously, Smeargle not fun with its spores. So do we want to do this? Or do we want to go for 2 offensive mons that can knock out? Let's try Kartana Gengar. And then in the back, Mudsdale. Keep him for the back. And Koko in the back to be able to hit Goodra with Dazzling Gleam. Or Bulu in the back. No, Sap Sipper is a thing. We could go Pelipper in the back to Soak. And also to Scald Arcanine. Yeah, let's go Pelipper in the back. Oh, am I going to regret that over Koko? Koko in the back. No, Koko doesn't do much. I like Pelipper in the back. I like Mudsdale Pelipper in the back actually quite a lot. So let's see what happens here. I could regret this, of course, if he leads Scarf Nihilego. If I'm right and he's Scarf Nihilego and I've led Gengar and Kartana, I will be very upset. Although neither of those are particularly threatened by Scarf Nihilego. That's, it's a fact. Smeargle Goodra. Okay, this is absolutely fine. We are going to double attack the Smeargle, predicting Focus Sash. Of course, if he protects, we're a little salty. Goodra, of course, being a problem in that it could Flamethrower into Kartana here, though. Do I want to Sludge Bomb into Smeargle and protect Kartana? What does Smeargle do in this meta? Let's protect I don't know what Smeargle does in this meta. The problem is it has so many moves that it can run that I'm worried. So Smeargle's going to go for Fake Out into the Kartana spot. That's a really good protect then. Sludge Bomb being a good turn here. And Smeargle's going to get poisoned, which is so good. So good. Flamethrower, Fake Out, Flamethrower into the Kartana slot. This turn could not have gone any better. Smeargle is going to die to poison here. And we are going to be able to now know that the Goodra has Flamethrower, that it's targeting Kartana with that Flamethrower. And basically ignore the Goodra while switching in Pelipper and threatening whatever he brings in here with Gengar. Right, Gengar versus Kartana. This is fun. Shadow Ball does a lot of damage to this Kartana now. So we are going to go Shadow Ball into the Kartana slot. And then we are going to switch in our Pelipper on this slot here. So I like this because if his Kartana decides to attack my Gengar, unless he double attacks my Gengar, I've got the Sash, so I beat the Kartana 1v1. Because 2 Shadow Balls knocks out even the Assault Vest variant, which is really, really good for me. Yesterday on stream, accidentally Sludge Bombed a Kartana instead of Shadow Ball, when I would have 100% won the game with a Shadow Ball. So that was a nice misclick. Kartana is going to go down there to that Shadow Ball. So this is a really, really good 2 turns. Flamethrower is going to get absolutely absorbed by Pelipper here. And then Pelipper is going to soak this Goodra. The reason I'm going to soak this Goodra is he is down to his last Mon. His last 2 Mons. So he cannot switch Goodra out to get its Dragon typing back. Oh no. I'm not going to soak the Goodra. That is ridiculous. Goodra has Sap Sipper. No point in soaking it to hit it with a Grass type move. I do not have Coco in the back. So we are going to Sludge Bomb into Lele, which I do very strongly predict to have a Scarf. And I am going to Hurricane the Goodra for damage. I'm going to Hurricane the Goodra for damage. Oh, not Scarf Lele. This is just going swimmingly, actually. So Sludge Bomb into Lele here will knock it out, most likely, unless it's Sash. We're going to see it not knock it out. But we are going to get the poison. Another Sludge Bomb poison. So this is just a very lucky game. He is going to knock out Pelipper, which I'm absolutely fine with. The Sludge Bomb poison didn't actually matter because next turn I would have just Sludge Bombed it and then attacked Goodra. Unless he freezes me. If he freezes me here, then the poison mattered. Let's see if he gets the freeze. He doesn't get the freeze, so the poison didn't matter. Next turn, I would have just killed Tapu Lele with the Sludge Bomb. And Gengar is doing nothing to Goodra. I'm telling you now, Gengar does nothing to Goodra. So we're going to go Kartana here, start weakening this Goodra up with some Sacred Swords. I guess I can go for a Shadow Ball or a Sludge Bomb into Goodra just for some damage. I think Shadow Ball is obviously the preferred choice here. Sorry, Sludge Bomb is the preferred choice. Base 90, stronger. And then Sacred Sword is going to connect with Goodra quite strongly. And that will put it well in range of a nice Mudsdale. So let's see how much this Sludge Bomb does. Ooh, fair amount, fair amount. Okay, we're not going to complain. Obviously, Sacred Sword would have been a 2-hit kill regardless. Ice Beam into Gengar. Really whoa, Ice Beam into Kartana. No Flamethrower. Even though I believe Flamethrower is stronger even in the rain, because rain halves the damage, but Flamethrower is 4 times super effective, which means it's 2 times super effective, whereas Ice Beam is neutral. So definitely would have killed me there if he'd gone for the Flamethrower. Very questionable play by my opponent, but I'm going to be able to pick up the KO. Oh, or he's going to forfeit. And we're going to go 2-0. So even if we lose this next one, we have a positive rating, and we are going to go into Game 3 with a nice 2-0 on the ladder, and a big boost in points from that 1600 player who probably made a questionable couple of plays. Poison on the Smeargle definitely matters. I'm not going to pretend it didn't. But, you know, what can you do? Ooh, slight capture card issues there. If I forgot to edit this out, I'm sorry. That was a little scary. I thought that my Katsu shitty capture card had died, which is my new 3DS capture card, which would have been very, very upsetting. Obviously, I like playing on the new 3DS because I don't like the lag. So this is why we play this on the new 3DS. Hopefully, when Pokemon comes out for the Switch, wink, wink, Nintendo, we don't know that it's coming out on the Switch. Of course, we don't. We don't know that. But wink, wink, Nintendo, when you bring this out on the Switch, hopefully we'll be able to do that. Ooh, and something's gone wrong here. It's showing my top screen on both screens here. So that's not ideal because of capture card issues. Right. Cool. That's cool. Let me just fix that. There we go. There's my bottom screen again. Cool, 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 cool. Gives me less time to choose my mons, but what do I need to choose? Porygon2 means I like to have my combo in the lead. No Coco means that Pelipper Coco is safe. And then that's the combo to kill Porygon. And then Kartana in the back to keep the combo going after he knocks out Coco. And then he's got a Kartana, so I like Gengar. He's got a Muk, so I like Mudsdale. He's got a Vinny, so I like Bulu. He's making my life very difficult here. What am I not dealing with? Muk, Mudsdale. No. Bulu. No Gengar. No Bulu. No Gengar. No Bulu. No Gengar. No Bulu. I don't know what to choose. I like Gengar. Yes, I like... No. I like Bulu. I changed my mind. I've changed my mind. I like Bulu. All right. We're going to hope that This isn't promising. This is not a promising start. For anybody watching, this is not how VGC games should go. And if it does go like this, you're probably doing it wrong. So hopefully I do it right for the rest of this battle. All right. Pokemon Trainer Ossel. I just realized that there's a light shining from the ceiling onto my green screen, which is causing this blur on the layout, which is really ugly. Because I forgot to turn off my overheads, which is great. Oh, but my girlfriend just turned off my overheads for me. So that little blob that you've probably been looking at this entire video and going, Duncan, what a scrub with your ugly blob. But it's gone now, so that's cool. Alrighty then. So we got a choice. Do we let him get Trick Room up and then battle through the Trick Room, but knock out his Arcanine? Or do we knock out his Porygon, preventing him from getting Trick Room up? You got a special attack raise. We're definitely getting rid of the Porygon. Hopefully, he doesn't see this coming. Hopefully, he doesn't get this Porygon elimination to the face. He doesn't see it coming and just loses his Porygon and no Trick Room for him. And then his entire game plan falls apart. Yes. So he's not seen it coming. Arcanine probably can't KO Coco even after I take the Life Orb damage. And this terrain boosted, 100% accurate, super effective Thunder does not knock out the Porygon. Insanity. Insanity that did not knock out the Porygon. I have a lot to do now. I have a lot of work to do to get back into this game. Porygon went for Thunderbolt onto Pelipper, knocking it out. At least he doesn't get up his Trick Room. Insanity. Insanity. Alright. Kartana comes in. Kartana protects. This thunders this. I have to let him get Trick Room up now. That's crazy. That's crazy that didn't KO. I've never had that not KO. He's built a very specially defensive Porygon. Crazy, crazy. Terrain boosted, super effective Thunder failing to knock out a Porygon2. Just shows how bulky that absolute savagely beastly creature is. Told you this wasn't a good start. Alright, Kartana uses Protect. Let's see what Arcanine goes for. It's probably going to go for Snarl again. Keep weakening down the Coco. Hopefully Porygon went into the Kartana slot. How did that... Oh, a crit. Okay. So I get a crit there. KO the Arcanine, meaning that I wasted my turn, especially if this Porygon gets Trick Room up now. Recover? That is fine. I am good with a Recover. All good in the hood with that Recover. All good in the hood. I know that a Thunder now will knock that out, even though I'm at -1. So that's fine. 100% accurate Thunder will knock it out. And then whatever he goes into here, I just attack with... Yeah, that's fine. He can Poison Jab me to his heart's content. Which does more? Zed Bloom Doom? No. Sacred Sword to the Muk. Sacred Sword to the Muk's face. Thunder to the Porygon's face. Knock out the Porygon. Do good damage to the Muk. Then next turn, Bulu comes in. Then Grass boosted Lithium Z thingy will probably knock out that. Okay, he is going to switch out into his Kartana. Kartana does not appreciate this Thunder, but because I'm at -1, it will survive quite handily, which is unfortunate for me. See, there we go. Nice handy survival. I did assume he would be Assault Vest based on his team comp, but no, not the case, so that's fine. He's going to Poison Jab here into my Coco, which will knock it out. Which is also fine. But now I have to attack his Kartana with my Kartana next turn. Because Bulu comes in. Bulu has to protect. then I have to go for his Kartana with my Kartana. I hope I win the speed tie, which is unfortunate. Unfortunate. Sacred Sword into Kartana. Protect here. Kartana versus Kartana speed tie. Never fun. Obviously could have protected Kartana and Rock Slid, predicting him to predict Bulu to protect. But I don't think I wanted to risk that. That would have been a game-losing misplay if I'd got it wrong. And he does win the speed tie. I should live this. And then I should come back and knock him out. Hopefully he hasn't gone into Kartana with his Muk here. Hopefully he went for the Poison Jab into Bulu. Because if he didn't, I've lost. If he didn't Poison Jab into Bulu, yes, he did. Cool. Okay. So I haven't lost. I've still got a Porygon to deal with. I've still got a Muk to deal with. Muk is getting healing off of this grassy terrain. But I think a grass-boosted +1 Bloom Doom should take out the Muk here. Like, I'm not a crazy person thinking that should take out the Muk. I don't think. And he gets the special attack rise, which is just bad news. Bad news, bear. I need to kill this Muk here. I am going to go for the Rock Slide, hoping to flinch the Porygon or the Muk. Either one flinching would be good news. Just in case this doesn't KO the Muk, it'd be really nice to flinch it. Because obviously, if it doesn't KO, then he is going to get a Figgy Berry boost. He's going to gain a lot of life back. I believe with Stab and Grassy Terrain, this is stronger than a Sacred Sword. And because Sacred Sword did so much before, this should KO him. And then a Rock Slide into Porygon will do good damage. Then if Porygon knocks out my Kartana, then I can... Oh, it does KO. Okay. Alright, we'll take it. We will take it. We have been lucky today. We've been lucky. My phrase of never lucky is not actually true today. So hopefully we get lucky again and get the flinch here with this Rock Slide. Ice Beam into the Kartana slot or into the Bulu slot? Into the Kartana slot. That is going to be a KO for Kartana. And now I have to go for that Grassy Terrain boosted Wood Hammer KO on Porygon. After that Rock Slide damage, I'm quite confident that it will KO the Porygon. More than confident, even. His best play, of course, to protect, get that Grassy Terrain boost, but there's no reason for me to do anything on a predicted protect. I am going to go for the Wood Hammer. I am going to connect. I am going to do just enough damage to take out the Porygon2. That is going to be 3-0 in episode 1 using this team. This team has always served me well, as you can see from this game. A very decisive victory there, actually. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to leave a like. Remember to comment down below with what team you would like to see me using next, what kind of theme you'd like my team built around, or if there's a cool core that you've seen, or if there's a particular Pokemon that you want to see me use. Comment that down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye! Alright then, guys, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, you can click up here to see more videos of this type on my channel. If you want to check out something else a little bit different, then you can click down here. And if you want to see everything that I upload, you can click the subscribe button right here.